Hi, I'm Shannon Siriano Greenwood, founder of Lemon Umbrella, and I am here with my brother, Christian Siriano. We are backstage at Rebelle Con. So thanks for coming.
Hi. Hey, no problem.
Mom didn't make you. You did this on your own.
I did do this.
So
Well, Mom kind of made me.
Well, I appreciate that. That's what moms are for.
I'm excited to be here, though.
Thank you. I'm like, you don't even know.
I love it.
It's going to be really cool.
And there's so many great people here. It's amazing. I
It's
walked into the event last night and it was so impressive. It was fabulous.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Oh, thanks. You too. You're not
I
doing
mean,
so
Drew
bad.
Barrymore was at my event last night, but I'm here at yours, so it's kind of the same.
You're my Drew Barrymore.
I'm your Drew Barrymore. Exactly.
Thank you. Well, so the conference today is Entrepreneurial Women in Richmond. So we're talking about business and entrepreneurship, but we're also really talking about lifestyle and like how to know your worth and protect your energy to make sure that your business doesn't take over your life.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, because I know you're like busy, but like what have you done, especially in the past year, to like make sure that your business doesn't take over your life?
Yeah, listen, I mean, it's the hardest challenge in the world because you have to be obsessed with what you're doing for it to be successful, like overly obsessive.
Well, you do.
I mean, no, but I think everyone. I think if you love your craft, especially like if you really love it and you're so obsessed with it, I mean, it does become your life. But I think it's good that you have to have a balance. Like I make sure that there is an end to our day every day. Even if Beyonce needs a dress tomorrow, like we have to leave the office at some time because otherwise, like it does drive you crazy. Like I want to go home, I want to watch my shows, I want to eat dinner on the couch like everyone else.
Right.
Like you have to have that.
Yeah. So you just published a book.
Yeah.
You're going on a book tour.
Yeah.
You make like 1 billion collections a year.
Yeah.
You're dressing celebrities, doing this, doing that. Like where do you, yes, you have an end of your day, but like where do you draw boundaries?
I guess I now as like the years have gone on, I think my boundaries really focus on what I think or what it's a risk, but I really focus on what I think will actually like work well for us. So like there's certain things I have to say no to that, it might be a risk. It could be the most amazing event in the world, but if my schedule just doesn't permit, I can't do it. And that sometimes is hard because it can be a fabulous event in another country and I want to go there but it doesn't always work out. So you have to also, I think for everyone, every entrepreneur, know when to say no, even if it's not always the perfect timing. Like you have to take that risk and just go for it and hope for the best.
Maybe it's not no, it's not now.
Yeah. I think no, true. That's a big part of it. It isn't always no. It is that I always say that I think things, even if we don't do something, it always comes back full circle in some way, and usually works out. And even if it doesn't, you push forward in another world, another area. So that's why I try to focus on.
So we've never like talk about business things.
Yeah.
So we're not going to talk.
Sometimes.
Very rarely.
But yeah.
Usually we talk about mom.
Sure.
But I'm so curious, like, did you ever really mean to start a business?
No, I mean, I don't know.
Right?
Honestly, I don't know. No, you know what it was? Is that, in the beginning of like my, when I was working on my very first collection, I was like, okay, I want to show at Fashion Week and I like want to have this. I had all these people asking to buy something, asking for product from me. So it was a little different, but like people wanted something, even if it was $5. They just wanted something to have of kind of like my brand, but I didn't even have a brand yet.
Right.
So that was kind of what happened. I was thrown into being a brand without having a brand yet.
Yeah. You were a brand, you just didn't have anything to sell.
I just had no product.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, even though I wasn't necessarily at the beginning wanting to be an entrepreneur and work for myself and have my own label, it just fell into place. And now I can't imagine not doing anything else. I would not want to work for another brand unless I'm in control, because it's hard.
Are kind of a control.
Yeah, I'm a control freak, as are you.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Definitely.
Nope. No, not at all.
You have to be, though.
Yeah. Well, yes. But you also have to find ways to work with other people.
Yeah.
And so can you talk a little bit about like any like collaborations that you've done recently? Because Right. Even if you're a brand and you're entrepreneurial, like you have to find ways to align yourself with other people if you want to grow.
Yeah.
Like what's something that you've done recently that was like a great collaboration?
I mean, I think my favorite kind of success collaboration story is working with the amazing team at Payless. I've been with them for almost 10 years. We've sold almost 1 billion pairs of shoes. So it's insane. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not know that.
So yeah, I mean, so it's really crazy.
I have like 20.
Yeah. But, you know, and I remember at the beginning of that, I remember people really judged it and were like, oh, I can't believe you're working with Payless. That's so strange. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't imagine not having it. And it was such a big part of growing my business to the world, not just the fashion community. You know, it's important to sell. And I want women everywhere to have something, no matter what, you know, price or age you are.
Well, I remember when you first opened your shop, I thought it was so cool that you did have like such a range of prices and things available. Because, like people just want to have something. They're excited about you. They like your brand. They like what you stand for. And they want to support it in some way. So I think it's awesome that you do keep things accessible, even when people are like, what? Why are you doing that?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's important. I think now that's how people shop. Even if you have money, like some days you just might not want to spend $3,000 on a dress. You might want to spend $20 on a cute little clutch and that's it, you know, or a pair of earrings or whatever it is. But I also think that that's the world of style now.
Agree.
That if you have style, you're mixing, you're matching, you're, you know, you're wearing vintage and new and high and low. And those are the people that I think are stylish and cool.
Well, that's what you do anyway. Like I'm always, when I go to your house, I'm always blown away. I was like, there's like a $10,000 vintage chair on top of a home goods rug.
Exactly.
Like,
it's my favorite thing.
I know.
Oh my God, it's my favorite thing.
So I know you talked like to people all the time and like aspiring designers and people that like want to be like you when they grow up. And do you have any like wisdom that you give all the time, especially for like new or young entrepreneurs of like, what's the thing you should do or advice?
A little bit. I get asked the question all the time. Sometimes it's my easiest answer to say is that, especially if you want to be a designer, if you want to, or if you whatever you're doing, you have, like I was saying before, it has to be a little bit of an obsession, but it also has to be a very specific focus. Because I think what's happening now is entrepreneurs are trying to do 10 things and not make one thing great yet. And I think that that's so I tell a young designer, if you want to be an evening wear designer, make sure the evening is so fabulous, it's so amazing before you go into all the other levels of product. And I think that's a thing with every business.
Everyone.
You know, you don't need to, you know, why can't it just be successful for its one thing first and then build?
Right, I agree. I tell people that when I coach like young entrepreneurs of like really find like who you serve, serve them really well, and then like build upon that. Because I think you kind of do that. I mean, I know you dress all different kinds of people, but they have a mindset that's similar, right?
For sure.
There's similarities to the types of people that you dress.
Yep.
Even though they may look very different, they all kind of have that core to them.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always, you know, my focus has always been, you know, that it's, you know, getting dressed, and whether that's, you know, it's always about getting dressed up, you know, a little more elevated than normal. It's not casual. It's not jeans and a t-shirt. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not good at that. My world is glamour, and that's what we focus on.
Yeah. Well, I'm so excited you're here.
I'm so excited to be here.
You're gonna be interviewed later, and
I can't wait.
Chat all about creativity. Thank you.
Wait. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.